Let's see. Want to talk real briefly. I wonder would it let me do this. Okay, I guess it won't allow me to do that. Huh. Okay, now it's back on. Want to get on here real quickly, guys, and talk to you quickly about Pon. Sean. I call him Shitty Combs, Diddy Cone, Diddy Shitty, Shitty Diddy, him, Puff Daddy. So he apparently went to Howard University and did not graduate. But because of his enormous success with, Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Records, um, he was given an honorary doctorate. This is what happened to people. This is what'll sometimes happen to people who are super successful, who did go to college, or even sometimes maybe didn't finish, or maybe just got a bachelor's. They'll just give them an honorary doctorate degree. They snatched it back. Howard University is the university he attended, which is a black university, or HBU. Um, get over. I'm not turning here. Sorry about that. That's this little Nissan car in front of me that I guess put some torque in their vehicle. You hear it? Actually, their vehicle looks like my sunshades. But so P Diddy, Shitty Diddy. So after the Cassie lawsuit came out and the footage, because people don't care about an accusation. Be clear, they can have accusations all day long. Um, and even if they have the footage, you still have people out here talking about, well, he didn't abuse her with a like he didn't abuse her with some sort of weapon. So that makes it better. For some people, it does. It's just so stupid. But anyways, um, so Howard University decided, okay, so Puff Daddy, excuse me, P Daddy, Brother Love, he really is evil in my opinion. And I'm so happy for all of the others that are coming out, like the Dream, the Nightmare, and all these other people. Keep the lawsuits coming. I'm with it. Be very clear. Um, So yeah, they said, okay, well, what we want to do is we want to basically distance ourselves, and we want to have nothing to do with Mr. Combs. So what they've done is, and this is all alleged, they put out this statement that basically says they don't agree with what Mr. Combs is being accused of and what they saw in the tape, essentially, allegedly. And so therefore, they want to end his scholarship that he had with the university for $1 million. Now, it doesn't say anywhere in there. It just says that he pledged $1 million. Now, I don't know if he pledged that $1 million and gave part of it, or if it was more than that over, the years, or if this is just something recent, maybe in the last few years. I believe this was in 2018, but I'll put it in the description later. So, anyways, they've taken back his honorary PhD, and now they have said they're going to give back the $1 million. Now, here's my thing. I get that, like, you don't want to have any associations with dirty money, so to speak, but the money been dirty for a while. Like, I just got on YouTube. This is probably my fifth or sixth month, I think, maybe, on YouTube at Chanel's Reality. And thank you guys so much for watching Chanel's Reality. We're talking about Shitty Diddy, or AKA Shitty Combs, AKA woman abuser. And I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. Let me know in the chat if y'all heard the Waze lady tell me, watch out, vehicle ahead. It's very interesting. Um, there's a lot of people in Mr. Diddy's orbit that are no longer with us, strangely. Anyways, um, so I don't understand why I need to give you your $1 million back if, in fact, he actually gave them $1 million. You could pledge whatever, you know. So if that did happen, I get that. It's like I don't want nothing to do with you or your money. The only thing that bothers me is that the people. So whenever money is given to a university, even if it is free money, like the government gives it or whatever, it it is given. Some money. Oh, I'm saying like this. Some money is given in sense of you can do whatever you want with this money, right? Sort of like a nonprofit. Some money, if you give money to a nonprofit, there's typically, if it comes from a certain type of, if it depends on where the revenue comes from, but if they, let's say like the Girl Scouts of America, right? So if they sit outside of Kroger's or Whole Foods or whatever, and they are selling their cookies for, what are the cookies now? It's like $12 or something. But anyway, um, they're selling their cookies. There's up to a certain amount. It might be like 5,000 or 10,000 or something like that. It could have changed in the recent past, but that money can essentially, and there's a cap, like I said, can go to anything, right? But if, let's say, um, Chick-fil-A pledges $10,000 or $100,000 to a university, let's say, or they pledge it to, I'm trying to think, like another, hmm, some, like, let's say the Cancer Society or something like that. They may say, and they are probably going to say, hey, this 20,000, 100,000, whatever it is to be used for these purposes. So they may say 10% is for cancer research, 40% is going to go directly to patient care, meaning people that maybe can't afford certain, maybe their chemo, and then they may say the rest of it is to be used for travel expenses or I don't know, food. But they're going to specify, and then you have open books that you have to follow that. And then sometimes people will gift you money and they just say, you can use it for whatever. That's rare, but usually people want to itemize it, especially if it's a company, because they want to be able to say, what were you using this money for? And they're supposed to itemize it too, the company, and use it properly. So that way, when they ask for funding for some other reason, they can show, hey, we have very transparent books and we use the money for the reasons that we said we're using it for, and that's the way to keep getting money. And also, too, getting an endowment. That's when you got real money. Okay. But anyways, I still feel like if Sean Shitty Combs, Bad Boy Entertainment, any of his subsidiaries said, here's the money for this charity for these people, then especially for a school, use that $1 million for tuition, or use that $1 million for housing, use that $1 million for food plans, use that $1 million for all of the books that the students are going to have to rent. You know what I mean? Use that $1 million for the young adults who are going to come there who, well, I don't know. Howard University, I think, is in Atlanta. So I was going to say, if you're in Texas and you age out of foster care, then, or I think if you're adopted too, depends. It depends. You could get a tuition waiver, which means you get to go to college, any state-funded college or university for free. But those individuals, when it's summer, when it's um, Christmas, Thanksgiving, holidays, those dorms are closed. So where do they live? So that money could be gifted to them to, I don't know, get a hotel, because you're not going to be able to get an apartment for 2 weeks during Christmas break or a month. You're just not going to be able to do that. But those people don't have anywhere to go. They don't have family. Where are they going? So things like that, it makes sense. But so, like I said, to me, yeah, get the money back because I don't want to have anything to do with him. But I would just keep the money and use it for the good reasons, and then say we don't want any association with you anymore. You can come out and say we don't want an association. I think the reason that they did it that way is because they want to be able to say we're not using this money. But if the money is being used for good reasons, especially when it's being used for education, you know, I think it could be used better. It could be used for some of the, victims of domestic violence. They call it domestic. I'm gonna call it what it is: assault. My channel ain't monetized yet anyway, so that's what it is. And violence against. So for me, um, a way to, educate maybe, but use to get away from someone who's being violent to them. Sorry, my phone moved over. Because violence isn't just at home. It happens in middle school, high school, college, um, a lot of times in college, because you don't have your parents there asking, well, when are you coming home? Why aren't you home? What about when you came home, you look crazy, that type of thing, or to protect you anymore. But there is this 2020 episode where this young lady, I forget, she was a track star. And she went to a university and she was dating this guy and he was abusive. You should go and watch it. And she was basically she was calling the police on this guy. Like he was abusive and he was doing all this crazy stuff, calling her from different numbers, saying that, pretending to be someone else, saying that, he's in the hospital hurt, basically trying to get her to come out and so that he can continue to manipulate her and, whatever. Um, and he's coming on campus looking for her, talking to people. I'm not going to tell you how it ends, but it's tragic. And that's all I can really say about it. But you should go and watch it. And that's the type of stuff that I'm saying. Like, you get his $1 million back. Yeah, it sounds great to say, oh, well, we gave him his money back. But it could possibly help someone, you know? That's all I'm saying. Um, and then say you could still say we want nothing to do with this man. We did utilize, he did donate funds to us, and we want to make sure that we're going to just, instead of just giving the money back, we're going to use that money towards, ending some violence on our campus or counseling or, you know what I'm saying, for the people that are going to inevitably um, be victims of it, you know? So that's my input about the, honorary. I just feel like do a little bit of research before you decide that you're going to give this to this individual, because I think had they scratched the surface just even a little bit, they would have found it and said, we don't want to be associated with that. Not only that, it's my understanding, and I'm gonna just say allegedly, but it's my understanding that he was a whole hot ass mess at Howard University in terms of how he was treating women then. Listen, and allegedly, some of the boys. So again, just you ain't even got to go outside your own university to find that out, sis. Just tab it research, so that way you're not even mixed up with some idiot like this. But a lot of times people don't want to do that. It's sort of like watching a documentary, like about the food industry or about even like uh, Epstein or Weinstein or Cosby or R. Kelly and all that. People don't want to watch it because now they know. It's like, now that I know, I can't say I don't. I don't want to watch this because I want to continue to be able to, play I Believe I Can Fly at every graduation for the fifth graders. It's a great song. It is. It's a great song. Black people been singing that song. Listen, 20 something years, but we know the person that it's attached to. So yeah, we're not singing that song. This is what it is. Um, but you know better. But they don't want to do that because then, so if I know better, then I have to do better, and I don't really want to do that. What I would rather do is say, P Diddy, P Shitty, he's a person that went to our school, and we want to be associated. You know what I'm saying? People want to be in the light of someone great, or at least the perceived greatness. And therefore it doesn't really matter their history. We just talking about their present, right? So at the time, his present was he's a hit maker. He's associated with all these other great things. We want to be associated with him. And I get that. Who doesn't want to be in the light of someone that you think is doing big things? You know, you shouldn't always be around people that are like you. And I'm not saying like you in terms of your personality or in terms of um, what you like to do. I'm talking about in terms of your intelligence. If you're always the smartest person in the room, how are you going to grow? So that's what I mean by that. Be around people that are greater than you in some way, right? That you can grow from. I'm not going to only be around therapists or only be around social workers. It's going to benefit me to be around people who are smarter than me. I might not understand everything, but listen, I'm here. I'm in the room, sis. I mean, it's part of the reason, honestly, that I married my husband. I'm a sapiosexual, okay? I am sexually attracted to intelligence and others. We're gonna be very clear. He is so fucking intelligent. It's so hot, okay? Um, and I like that. I like that I could be doing something and misunderstand something or maybe not sure about something, and I ask him and he can give me such good clarity. That doesn't mean that I'm dumb and stupid and I don't know anything, because let's be very clear, she's not dumb or stupid on any day of the week. Not at all. So, but I'm smart enough to know I'm not the smartest person on the earth. Anyways, and man on the road, I don't know. Um, but anyways, that's really all I had to say. The shitty Diddy campaign. That's really all I really wanted. Um, so just chime down in the comments and let me know. Let's continue this conversation down in the comments. Do you think Howard University should have returned their or pledged to return Mr. Combs' $1 million that he pledged to them? Because it's unclear whether or not he actually uh, gave them the $1 million. And that's the thing. So if he didn't actually, if you never received the funds, why is this a thing? Why do you need to come on record? That part I'm not really sure about. But again, chime down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. You want that hot sugar? You want a piece of something sweet all night? Hold on. He want that good to the last drop like mine. He want that sugar. Okay. Oh, thank you for letting me in. All right. How do I? Okay. Let's end it over here. All these cars on the side of the road, child.